this.
So pro side.
I think you can just drag it over.
What's that? We're live streaming and we're having conversations with people about any topic they choose.
It's a reason against, right?
And we're using a special kind of method that's about not pushing back from an alternative perspective.
Hang on, let's see if we can get an interlocutor. We can do the next round in a second.
Hey.
I'm good.
Yeah. Thank you.
You want to go? Want to give it a shot?
Yeah. Good. You're up.
Okay. Pause.
Better.
Do I sit here?
Yes, feel free.
I feel nervous.
All right, can I get your first name?
Taylor?
Taylor. Cool. Want to do headphones? I just cleaned them.
What's up?
I just wiped them off, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put them on?
Yeah, feel free. Check, check. Does that sound okay?
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, Taylor, right?
Yes.
All right. Taylor. So, did you see any of the topics over there? We want to talk about one of those or something else?
Yeah. I would like to talk about one of the topics over there. I didn't have which one in specific though, but I can't remember what they were.
Okay.
Does anything supernatural exist? Can people be healthy at any size? Is anyone born in the wrong body? Is Kyle Rittenhouse guilty of murder? Are any stereotypes accurate? Should 1619 be thought of as the true founding year of the United States?
I found the one interesting that asked, is anyone born in the wrong body?
Is anyone born in the wrong body? Okay, we can talk about that for a little bit if you want. Check. Is this my mic? I think this is my mic. There we go. All right, so great. So how long you want to chat about that for? Doesn't matter. We'll go for 10 minutes and see what happens. Yeah, what does this question mean to you?
What does it mean to me?
Yeah, any of the words need to be clarified? Is this the best way to clarify? What is this the best question to ask for this?
Well, I feel like what are you referring to when you ask that question? Like that people feel that they could be born in the wrong body, or what does it mean to me? Or?
I think it relates to transgender,
Okay.
Trans issues.
Mm-hmm.
I think some people claim that some people are born in the wrong body, and they're, and if they're trans, therefore they are born in the wrong body. They have a different gender identity versus their sex, and their body is related to their sex.
Right. Yeah. So I think that this could be true. I do think that people feel that way.
I've got a little confidence scale. If all the way to the right is absolutely yes.
Well, I think that it's subjective to how they feel themselves. I think that if it's unique to every individual, I feel. So to kind of like make that generalization for all people who are trans, that they were born in the wrong body, or that they may all feel that they were born in the wrong body, I think is not necessarily true, because everyone is very unique. Their experience is very unique. It's probably also very fluid. Like they may go through stages too of figuring themselves out and what they want to be, and even realizing that at one point that what they've been isn't what they want to be anymore. And I think there are a lot of different factors probably throughout their life that play into that.
Yeah, so it seems like it's a subjective, personal thing for some trans people.
Mm-hmm.
If they feel they are born in the wrong body, then that's one example of someone being born in the wrong body. Is that so? It really just takes one person to claim that they are, and that would make the question, that most people should say, yes, some people are born in the wrong body, or the question is anyone born in the wrong body?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it just takes one example to make that true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but does it just take one trans person to say they are to make it the case that someone is born in the wrong body? That's just based on the subjective feelings of someone.
Well, it's kind of like, to answer the question, who are they trying to prove it to? Like who is answering this question? Who's the question for? Like
Yeah.
who's the answer for? Because I think that society likes to, I don't know, categorize people and say, oh well, this is how they feel, or this is what they're thinking.
Yeah, I think society has certain rules set up in some places that segregate humans based on their sex, like sports, or like exclusively women's spaces. So like I think the rape centers for women is one space that is restricted just to women.
Yeah.
So if a trans woman, a male, says they're born in the wrong body, they're really a woman in a male sex body. That means they could appeal to this claim that I'm born in the wrong body, I'm really a woman. I want access to this women's space. So I think that's where it starts getting more practical in the real world for this question.
Yeah, I think that there are many different ways we could be more inclusive of and non-conforming. We as a society are very like gender conforming, male or female. Even when you go to vote, you have to put whether you're a male or female. It's like, why does it matter? But yeah, there are places where people are kind of forced, like you said, with restrooms and fitting rooms and things, so it does kind of make them have to choose one.
Yeah, it's like there's some like contention or some conflict comes up when the purpose of the space conflicts with like potentially the reality of the person being a certain physical way. I think it just causes conflict in some places. What is the best example of a place where potentially the reason of being born in the wrong body should not be thought of as a good enough reason in order to have them be
not a good enough reason, or what do you mean?
Yeah, should that always be a good enough reason to allow, say, a male trans woman to go into a specifically segregated women's space?
I don't think there's any situation where it wouldn't be appropriate. I feel that they need to do what makes them feel comfortable, and I mean, like the first thing that comes to mind would be like a bathroom or something. But even then, it's like, go in the stall. It's everybody just mind their own business
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah, if it was true to everyone's satisfaction that trans people are born in the wrong body, therefore the rules based on these certain spaces are based on like their gender,
Mm-hmm.
and their gender is determined by their internal subjective feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And an example of something that justifies their internal feelings is because they were born in the wrong body, they say.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like any restricted, segregated space for a certain gender
Mm-hmm.
should take into consideration this reason coming from trans people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the question. Should that be the case? Should this reason be a good enough reason for all segregated spaces? Is there an example of a segregated space where this reason is not good enough, even if it was true?
I don't think so. I don't think that that reason would ever not be good enough. I personally don't think that. I think that wherever they're at, they deserve a place in this world, and that things should be more inclusive of them.
Gotcha. What would need to be the case in order for someone to be less confident about that? How would the world need to be different? Any hypothetical thing we could think of?
Well, I think that it's deep into the system of like gender conforming beliefs and things, and it just makes it it makes it even harder for people that aren't quite sure yet, or are sure, but the ways that they feel or think don't quite match how their physical features present themselves.
Gotcha. Okay. Any other good questions to think about for this topic? What do you think?
Maybe, yeah, like what are some ways that things could be different systemically that we could change, whether it be in media or maybe asking the trans population themselves, how people could be more inclusive and what more inclusive language looks like to make them feel more welcome.
Appreciate it, Taylor. We're going to be here usually on Tuesdays and Fridays, and we'd like to have multiple conversations with people. It doesn't have to be about the same topic. It could be about really anything. We'll have different topics every day usually, and we like to offer people who have a conversation one of the little puzzle pieces there. Feel free to take a color if you'd like, and come back and do another conversation and get another one if you'd like to.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you want to do. But I appreciate the conversation. Any other questions for me?
No questions. These are good questions.
So good to think about the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. The sound is good, isn't that?
It does. Yeah, it does sound really
That's
good.
crazy. That was fun.
Thank
That
you.
was interesting.
Cool.
Thank you for that.
Sure.
Yeah.